Oh, Dutch
What's going on, Dutch? Hey, what's going on?
What are we cooking today?
Hey, we got a little pork chops here, some chicken, and inside we got a sirloin.
Sirloin. I never had a sirloin.
We got sirloin.
Sirloin sounds pretty good.
Some sirloin and some chuck-eye.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for inviting us over. We're gonna go. This is gonna be Dutch Eats.
Hey, absolutely.
Have you been on Dutch Eats before?
I tried a rabbit one time. Remember you cooked that whole rabbit?
Yeah, that's been a long
That was really good
ago.
too, by the way. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check that out.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So we got. We'll say that's a big.
What do you think?
chop.
That's 3/4 or an inch?
That's probably an inch.
Those are really good.
Probably an inch. Shrink down 3/4.
Looking pretty good, guys. Man, hopefully my thermometer here is not working too good, but
Hey, it'll eat.
it'll eat.
Get out of there. Oh, you got a bunker over there.
Yeah, go look at that. It's a mystery bunker. Yeah, it's not done yet. The chicken is though.
It's smelling good.
Oh yeah.
Look at there. So these are the videos. This is a good grub on my brother. He invited us over for some dinner. But this is the kind of cooking videos he used to do. He would have Ashley or whoever do the cooking and he'd go there and film it. I'm like, that's genius. I'm gonna bring my camera over and we're gonna do a Dutch Eats video.
It's genius.
I ain't gotta cook. All I gotta do is eat.
Filming's hard though. People.
I mean, it definitely is. It's not as easy as we make it look.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's so easy.
It smells awesome.
Thank you.
But let's walk over here and look at this bunker. So he just moved into, well, you gotta get that step fixed. He just moved into a new, not new, but an old rustic farmhouse. Wow, this bunker has seen better days. Kids, don't go in there.
Yeah, there might be snakes.
Guarantee there's snakes. It's caving in on. This is old homestead right here. Got the well house. He's got a well here, and can't really get in there to take the top off. That's what you usually do on these well houses. You make it where you can take these tops off. He's got a bolt. You can.
Yeah.
Here, just bolt it down. That way, if they ever have to come in and work on it, pull the hose, do anything they can to take the top off. And so we just recently got our well drilled, as you guys seen. Me and Brandi will talk about that. I'm gonna go over the cost with you guys on here because I don't think I ever mentioned it over on Keeping It Dutch on yesterday's video. I think I totally forgot about that. But we're gonna get some food. I'll show you a little bit more when it's all done, and then we'll chit chat about the off-grid well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video over here on Dutch Eats, watching Good Grub. Hey, go check out Good Grub Almighty. Vincent, what you got going on over there?
Hey, well, right now, like I said, we'll be doing some cooking, but also it's a rustic farmhouse restoration, pretty much.
I've been watching your videos. I want to see you actually start to do some of this stuff. When is that going to happen?
I'll take you guys on a tour when we're done to the barn. I got some stuff going on for the projects that I said I was going to do, which I'm excited. I do, yeah. I've been doing a lot of work, man.
So a little sneak peek onto your channel.
A little sneak peek. I think you guys are going to love it.
You just hit 10,000 subscribers.
That's awesome. I don't know what to say except thank you guys. It's so awesome. Thank you.
Well, you gonna tell them go subscribe?
Yeah, please do. If you don't mind, go to Good Grub Almighty and subscribe.
All right. Now this better be good or I'm gonna edit this part out, okay?
All right. Hey, let's get those steaks on. You want to get a little sizzle shot?
Oh, you haven't put them on yet?
Oh no.
I'll wait for
I saved
you.
the steaks for last.
Oh, nice. How'd you do in your wrestling tournament today? 2-1. That's what's up.
It was nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it was. Hopi's first wrestling tournament, and she got a couple wins. Couple buys.
Yeah, she was scared and crying, but she got out there.
Hey, this is a Dutch Eats video, so we're gonna talk.
Is.
Yeah, we're gonna talk later about the well.
I thought it was a Good Grub video.
He's in it. I brought us a dessert, or I brought you guys a dessert.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm on a diet, so I can't be eating no dessert. You know
I brought it for the kids. It's a banana pudding.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right. Got these steaks here. And we got the big boy here. Big old sirloin. That's gonna be good. Go, Keeping It Dutch here.
Hey,
up,
Dutch Eats. We're doing
Dutch
Eats
Eats.
video.
Hey, you got Dutch Eats over here. Thanks for coming out, guys.
Yeah, hey, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free steak, I ain't missing that.
No, I don't blame you.
Hey, if you're looking, you ain't cooking, bro.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we're gonna shut this up.
Yeah.
We're gonna let them do their thing, get a nice little sizzle going, and we'll come back and check on these.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I set this up here.
That's so good, isn't it?
I know, asparagus. I set it up there, and all of a sudden it started just sliding off.
Oh yeah, be careful there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm about to go.
Yeah, so you gotta watch out for that.
So you got some corn on the cob.
Yep.
And then you got some asparagus. Looks really, really good.
That does.
They done?
Yeah, let's try it. I might need to go in longer. I don't know. They could probably go longer.
My one's pretty good, but it was a small one.
Brandi, do you think these need to go longer? Try one of these.
A little longer, or are they good?
They're good.
They're good. Okay.
I think they are.
I thought they was.
I think they're good too. Some
Hey,
people,
I ain't complaining about a free meal.
some people like them softer. Look pretty good.
All right. Vincent's got it already.
Obviously, they
Looks
don't
awesome.
have like.
Aiden said he made the salad.
Yep.
Looks
And he
good.
seasoned everything.
Yeah.
Good job. Hey, thanks for the invite over here. Good
Absolutely.
job.
Thanks for coming on over, guys. My first guest in the new house.
All right, that's right.
All right, we're ready to eat.
Okay.
Stuff in my teeth.
Yeah, like black stuff all in it. We was talking. Where was that? We was talking. Oh, with the
To
driller.
the drillers.
I said,
I
"You got
didn't.
something black in your teeth," and she's like, "Just
Did I really though?
maybe I don't know. Maybe I might have made it up."
I
It's
went and
pretty
looked
funny.
and there wasn't anything.
Okay, now we're on an incline. She looks taller than me right now, but she's not.
I am.
You're on the hill.
I am taller, but not that much.
No, you're not. Anyways, so we just had dinner at Vincent's house. Good grab and mighty, my brother's. How was it?
Good.
Oh,
I'm
really
full.
good. It's always good whenever we ain't got a cook.
I haven't ate the banana pudding and I'm already full.
Now I will admit I did try about 2 bites of it, and that's probably the first like dessert, really like sugar stuffed dessert I've had in almost 2 months. And
Pudding's better than life.
It was really sweet, but I haven't had sugar like that. But anyways, so I want to talk to you guys real quick right now is about the well being drilled, and Brandi probably wasn't as stressed out as I was because I knew more about the details than she did. She would just ask how deep, but you really didn't ask the cost or nothing like that. Like
Yeah, I knew what the minimum
was, but
Yeah.
you didn't really understand like how if they go deeper.
Well, what was stressful to me is if we hit that amount of money, then it would be like, now you just put it on pause for weeks or months or we
yeah.
don't know. Because we have to get the money, but they also have to have time to come back around again.
and it's more expensive to bring them back out.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, set it back up and do all that.
So that's the part I was like, I don't want to do this all over again, but you have to, or you don't have water.
Yeah, I mean, we have a budget. Now, if we were getting a loan on it, obviously, like if we paid whatever
Yeah,
we
but
loaned.
I still feel like you would hit an amount where you're like, I'm not spending more than that. Like,
Well, I mean, if you want water, you have to.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And this is the thing I figured out with drilling a well. It's a gamble. And I used to play Texas Hold'em back whenever I was younger. A little bit when we first we got married, but then I don't play it anymore. And that's the feeling I got, like I was gambling. I didn't like it. That's why I quit doing it. But I was like, this is just a complete gamble because they don't tell you, well, there's going to be water right there. That's where we're going to drill. You have to tell them because they're not going to be liable if they tell you there's going to be water and there's no water. And that's the scary thing about it. Now, I'm going to do a video on does witching work, where you do the little
seems like it does.
well, I'm gonna do a video and we'll show what happens. We'll go into detail about it, but I want to talk to you guys about the cost because I don't think I went over it in my video yesterday. It was $3,200 minimum, and that gives you 200 feet. That doesn't count the casing. Any casing you got to put. Now I have to look at the receipt, but I don't know exactly how much the casing was. I do know the total feet and all that. So we end up going.
I'm trying to remember.
Did it say on there?
Well, it had 3 different numbers.
We did 140 foot of casing, which he said that was a lot. That's a lot. We had a lot of clay there, and he goes, "That's the most they've ever done is 200 feet of casing."
So you're gonna break it down further.
Well, I'll
'Cause
just
you
give.
can look at the receipt.
I don't have the receipt, but it cost us $6,800 for 340 feet and 140 foot of casing. So I mean, it's $3,200 minimum for 200 feet. So pretty much if you double that,
yeah.
you know what I mean. So for this, I budgeted $7,500 for the well, and that would put us right
Well,
at
that's
400
what
feet.
yesterday he was like, oh man, or I don't remember what you said, because how deep was it?
340 all.
Yeah, he goes.
We was
"Ah."
at 300, and I was like, we ain't hitting the water.
Yeah, but he also, once we even found out we did, he was like, oh man, it was at 340, and I'm like, yeah, but you thought it could be
I know.
400. So I didn't know why I was disappointed. I was like, it's below $7,500 and it's below 400 feet.
Because I'm hoping for 200 feet at $3,200, obviously. So
But I didn't think it would be that.
I was hoping. I mean, it was a wishful
He said
hope.
my dad's neighbors is at 40 feet.
Your dad said that, yeah, 40 foot.
40 feet.
It's like he said it was an artesian well. It just shot out of the well like that, or out of the when they were drilling it. But yeah, so that's what we're at, $6,800 for 340 feet, 140 foot of casing, and this is what's crazy about it: 35 gallons a minute. And we talked a little bit about that on our channel. We were hoping, because I wanted to do reserve tanks. in the preparedness world, the self-reliance world, I want to have some water on hand at all times. If power goes out, anything goes out, we'll have some sort of water on hand. So I want to have a reserve tank. So, but with that being said, it would have been perfectly fine to get 2 or 3 gallons a minute and put them into that storage tank.
Yeah.
So you're not sucking your well dry whenever you are using water.
But then they said 5 to 6 would have been more like realistic
without reserve tanks. 5 or 6 is what you're hoping for. But now with this much water, we don't have to have a reserve tank. In my mind, I still want some, but like your dad was saying, you have that reserve down there.
It's always, so I guess it's just always filling back up from.
Yeah, but my whole thing is, if the power goes out, something happens to the well pump, like if the well pump dries, like goes bad.
I think it'd be more for our animals and stuff. Like we can go to Walmart and get water.
Yeah, we have water on hand. So I wanted that.
I think it's more for like animals or gardening versus like our consumption. It's that you have. Yeah,
for both. But thing is, if the pump goes bad, you still have that in between time that you need water, like you said, for the animals or garden. So I still think I want to do a smaller tank and just have that 250, 500 gallons on hand. I still think I want to have some sort of reserve tank on hand, and it necessarily doesn't have to be hooked up to all the filtration system and all that. We'll just kind of go from there, and as we go.
Well, and I think too, like with that amount of water, like my mom and dad, I guess they've had theirs for like 30 something years, probably 40 years, and they at some point had to go deeper. I would think with that amount that we have, that's not going to be for a long, long time, if ever. So that's the thing too, that we might have more money up front, but I would be kind of nervous if it was only 5 to 6.
Or 2 or 3.
Yeah. If he would have said, because on there, he said if we would have hit 2 to 3, we'd be good. I would have been like, just go deeper, just in case. Wouldn't you?
No, I would have stayed, I would have wanted to save the money up front. That's just me. That's just how I am.
But I guess not always deeper is better.
No, because
you could get low. Because he said there was a part where like they hit some, and it was pretty slow, but then they went deeper and it was none.
Yeah.
So then I guess.
And the deeper you go, you get.
So I'm glad we had to, because I feel like you would have spent that money eventually. It just might have been. Maybe. Now you can have more peace of mind that it's a good amount.
Yeah. And the deeper you go, the more likely you're going to hit sulfur, which we do have a hint of sulfur in it. Like I said, I've been around way, way worse. Where
I didn't smell.
It's just a hint.
Well, I didn't smell the water, but I told him there's towns you drive through and you can smell it just going
Daniel
in their
lives
town.
in sulfur.
But I didn't notice.
No, there is. If you went down to that park, you could smell it.
Yeah.
Because they got geysers coming up and springs that smell. It's sulfur water. But what we're going to plan on.
But he explained like an easy way to make it get out of the water.
With the storage units and stuff. But there's actually a filtration system that we're going to use. We'll do some kind of filtering system, so that's not going to be an issue at all. But I'm just excited. 35 gallons a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. That's insane. That's insanely good. Your dad said they got 5 gallons a minute. I know I was watching some other channels that they were happy. They were wanting to get 10 or 15.
Why? Just because they have a lot of land?
I don't know. That's just what they were hoping to get. And
well, when you said
it.
2 or 3 or 5 or 6, I didn't realize 35 was an option.
Anything's an option, I guess. It just depends on what stream you hit. That's I would have never thought.
When you said 35, I'm like, what?
Well, whenever he was seen it coming out and finally hit it, he was like, man, this is 10 gallons a minute. Well, then he dams it all up. Maybe I'll show you guys a little bit of it as we're talking. But as he dams it up, that water's just flowing out fast. I'm like, that's got to be more than 10 gallons a minute. And he sticks that thing underneath there, and that gallon, it fills up with like a second and a half, which is fast.
So the bucket?
That 1 gallon bucket, it filled up in a second and a half. And so then you divide it. Calculate it, and it was 35 gallons a minute. I was like, whoo, that's crazy. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. The cost, I told you I'd show you the cost.
And on a different video, if you look at the receipt, you could say it even further.
Yeah, break it down.
Because I'm sure it just depends where you live too, just like any other thing. He was also telling us like they do a certain kind of drilling in our area of the state, where like more southern, central Oklahoma, they do a different type of drilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the expenses are going to be different based on like what kind of area you live in, and then, you know, just what state you live in with cost of living and expenses for their equipment and all that, I would guess.
That was pretty cool to get there and watch them do that. And I hope we never have to do that again. Hope we never have to get a well again.
But I like the guys.
They're nice. I'm just talking about the gamble of it. It just had me stressed. And I don't get, Brandi can tell you, she gets mad at me sometimes because you don't stress about nothing. Well, something like this, I was stressed out about. You go 400 feet, you ain't hitting nothing. and I ain't got the money to go any deeper. I'm like, oh my
well,
gosh.
or you would think also what all we could have done with that money if we hadn't have pretty much wasted it and had no water.
Yeah.
Like we're like,
It's a
oh, we could
gamble.
buy this.
Absolutely.
And then I felt bad because I was watching the video today, and then Matt said, oh, I'm sorry, because he said he didn't know you were stressed, but like he can't help it.
That's what I said, it ain't your
He's
fault.
trying to do as best he can.
They get a little stressed too because they want to hit water for you
Yeah.
guys. They know we're on a budget.
Well, and I'm sure people might get aggravated, like, why did you not do it
Well,
better?
I'll tell
do
you,
it different.
my mood after we hit 200 and there's no water, and
Well, he texted me and was like, this is probably not happening.
I was like, oh man, my mood just went downhill. Just because the expectations was. That's what's crazy about me.
You didn't tell me the expectation, because I was thinking if we're below 400, that's good.
It is good, but but me personally, I didn't want to even go near that. That's just how I am. Like I'll set a budget, and I'm actually like when we did the house.
It was way over.
Our budget wasn't way over.
Or no, you budgeted over.
Oh yeah, I budgeted over.
Yeah.
But I stayed on budget on every. Like we came in under budget.
Yeah, I would be like, I want to get this.
And I'm like, no, we're on a budget. That's exactly. So we end up getting some different things, which still like, but we came under budget overall.
I was saying you did the above.
Yeah, I did. I priced it above for sure. But yeah, so I love staying under budget. We were under budget.
Like,
yeah, we were under budget, so I'm happy about it. And I'm happy. I would have been happy at 340 feet at probably 5 gallons a minute
yeah,
too.
because that's the thing.
I just wanted water.
You don't get paid for how good it is. It's just the depth. So you could have spent that amount of money and had a third or less of the gallons.
Yeah, way less.
Or even been at, like you said, 2 or 3. You could have been at 2 or 3 and been like, yep, thank you guys.
Yeah.
There's your $6,800.
Yeah, I was just happy to get water out there. That's the first thing I want to get out there was water. Because if you don't have water out there, there's no sense. I mean, we're going off grid, and a lot of people, when you say off grid, we're going to have electric, we're going to have running water, stuff like that, but we're not going to be tied into the grid.
Some comments where people are talking about like having to put their family through it and their kids. It's like they're not going to know nothing's going to be different as far as our living.
Yeah.
It'll just, I mean, our household, we're not going to live in a big of a house.
We're still going to have
But
air
it's not like,
also.
girls, I'm going to take you out to the outhouse tonight before we go to bed.
Man, we might. That'd
Or,
be a good video.
So that's the thing. It's not them sacrificing anything different than like their way of living.
Yeah, we're still going to have AC.
Like they don't have candle lights to read their homework
Oil,
or something, or
oil-based lamps or whatever, which I do have that stuff on hand.
But it's good to be able to be prepared if you had to. But they're not going to sacrifice comforts, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some people's thinking and definition of off-grid, whenever mine and most people are, you're not tied to any grid.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. We got the water. We'll quit rambling on here. We got the water. We're good to go on that.
I'm not rambling.
We're gonna, yeah, you're. Okay, go ahead. No, but we're gonna get. I'm probably getting sent off to get tested just to see how it is. But they said there's absolutely no reason why that wouldn't be good water as far as from there to do it every day. But yeah, we'll probably end up getting it tested just to see what's all in it and all that. But yeah, it's all.
Well, and I'm sure it's like a city or rural water. If there is something, they treat it like you.
We'll have the filtering
treat it
system
or
and
whatever,
stuff. We won't be putting any chemicals or anything like that in
Yeah.
it. But yeah, our rural water. We've talked about that before. We get.
We'll get letters
chlorine.
and we'll get letters that's like, oh, it tested positive for this, or
Yeah.
they had to
And
treat it.
Getting shut off all the time. It's getting holes in the system and getting rust coming through there. So
When
I mean,
we were in town, there was more stuff with the water.
Yeah.
I remember they would test it for certain bacteria, and you get a letter of what's in it.
Yeah.
And
so I mean, rural water is actually. I mean, it's a benefit obviously because you got water. Well water the same way. It's going to taste different and all that from what we're used to, but it won't have all.
I don't remember. I mean, that's what we had at my house. I don't remember.
That's all you knew. So, all right. And another thing I want to tell you guys real quick. If you went and ordered one of the Keeping It Dutch and Reckless Saints of No, you don't have yours on. I don't got mine on either.
Nope.
Reckless Saints of Nowhere T-shirts. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate everything that you guys buy goes directly back into helping the sick get better, and that was a cool thing. And I'm gonna make a video probably with Blake pretty soon, and they can talk about how many shirts y'all bought and how many people that got into treatment. And that's
Well,
cool.
and I don't think you mentioned it in the videos before, but Blake is what we called him. Jordan, the CEO of the company, that's my cousin, and he was a drug addict too and went through treatment. And then Vincent, Dutch's brother, he did the same program, and so now they both work for it. So it's like, even besides,
no, Blake started.
I said he's the CEO
Yeah,
of the company.
he actually started it. So.
Yeah, so it's kind of closer to us than it would be, but also our area is very bad with specifically meth and other drugs, of where we all have people we've known or family members, so it's something that's very important. And to us
So
specifically.
we thank you very much for going there and supporting that cause, because probably just like Brandi said, a lot of you guys probably dealt with it in your
At
family.
least one person that's your family member or friend or something.
So thank you very much. And that's a limited time shirt. I'll put a link down below, maybe pin it in the comment section. If you guys haven't heard about the shirts or anything like that, go check them out. And you don't have to buy our shirt. You can go over there and buy another shirt.
Yeah.
He's got a ton of awesome looking cool shirts, and they make them all.
He's very creative with all of that.
So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this little talk about the well, and I hope we never have to do it again. I don't want that stress, and it's a gamble. I don't want it anymore. But we love you guys, and thanks a lot for watching.
Bye.